Hello and welcome to Dead by Daylight. This is your host, Magic Turtle, and today we'll be playing as Ace. I need to do a daily ritual where I'm supposed to be chased for another 3 more minutes. I am not really high leveled with him, as I only recently got him from the DLC. This is my first time doing a voice recording, so I might occasionally just not say. But Dead by Daylight is a 5-player survivor versus killer gaming format. It's a survival horror. The 4 survivors are supposed to try to fix up generators to open the gates to exit, whereas the killer has to chase down the survivors and stop that from happening. Just now, a killer had a offering that was secret, so we won't know until at the end of the game. There are many fun characters they can play as. Every survivor has 3 unique perks that only they can get until at a high enough level. When they get to a high enough level, other survivors can also get that perk, and it's the same thing with the killer. Survivor perks usually increase your chance of surviving, whereas killing perks usually give you a better chance at catching the survivors. I believe Ace's perks are all about increasing luck, which you can get from... one of them increases luck, another one increases your aura, so it's good with other perks that let you see things from a distance. So it looks like actually it was a survivor that used it. This is the Shroud that lets you start off with all the other survivors. Time to get that ultra. Alright. So if you look on the bottom right, I have the feather, which is when I run, my footsteps are harder to find because they fade away faster. And someone has the Dwight perk, which is everyone works faster when they're all together. And I am excluded. You normally don't want to run really, just because there's a chance they might see you. I have a gaming laptop that I am using, so this is why you could be able to see halfway across the map. Alright, let's see who our killer is. Alright, he's somewhere behind us by the looks of it. I usually go by the rule of do not save them until there's at least 2 generators down. It's a very dicky thing to do, but it gets to... there's the basement. But it gets to a point where if nobody does any generators, then everyone loses. So I'm currently running at 45 frames per second. I don't really do that. But normally I run at 60, and this is on high quality. Aha, it's the Trapper. Alright, so the Trapper is... every killer has a right click, which is their special ability. And the Trapper gets to put down bear traps around the world. There's only a certain amount of them. He might be oblivious. All I know is I'm going to do the generator. I'm going to do it. And now we run. Well, try to avoid crows if you can, because if the killer's close enough, you could hear them. There's also a perk where they get an auditory warning from the crows, which is a scary perk because I have that for my Trapper, who's level 23 or 24, and I've gotten a lot of people because of that. So the skill checks increase the progress done, but if you miss them, you lose progress. If you just start off playing, I recommend just trying to get the good checks because it's a bigger margin of success. But once you have enough experience, it's just usually better to... It's usually just better to go for the crates. Right there, I was a little delayed because I was looking at the distance. Also, the reason why you need to get at least 2 hatches done is because... Sorry, 2 generators done is because the hatch shows up in the world, which is the only way to escape. If you're the last survivor and all 5 generators have not been done. So now there's at least a hatch, so now I can be a little bit altruistic. She's in the basement. That's not good. Since I'm free from the killer, too far away from the hook survivor, I'm just gonna do generators. At least I'm still being useful that way. Let's get the let's get the chest up here first. There's usually a chest right over there. There we are. Chests are technically random throughout the world, but usually at every map, there's usually one in the area. Although I believe for this map specifically, there's always going to be a chest up here. You get a random item. This technically is one of the most useless items. If you use it correctly, it can work, but nobody uses it correctly. So yeah, no one's going for him. That means that he might be camping. Oh shit, I heard him. Alright. He's probably gonna run. Ah, chase, there you are. Chasing someone up above. Someone got stuck on the trap. Gonna go help them, because that way I'm away from the killer. Hello. Hello. Oh shit, I barely even saw it. See, in third perspective, it's a little harder to see other teammates, but in first perspective, if I was the killer, I would have seen her immediately. There we go. And now the other guy's still hit, but at least almost everyone's failed up. The only way to really get away from the killer is either he loses you, or you juke him, where you go one direction, but then trick him by going in a different direction so that he loses you. The best thing to do right after that is hide, because if you don't hide... For example, the Trapper is technically the fastest, he's the fastest killer of all the other killers. Some are slightly slower, but most are faster. Alright. He went towards the killer, and I can't do anything about that. He's gonna die if he gets hooked again. He's gonna die. Unfortunately, I can't. And yeah, that can... Oh, I found a hatch. See, I almost juked him right there. He barely saw me. Oh, well, this time he tricked me. So yeah, so that's the hatch. So if you're the last survivor, these 2 generators have been done. Time to wiggle. So you just 80, 80, 80, but if you go too fast, it actually resets. So that hatch opens up, and it's very easy to hear. It's very easy to hear if you're the last survivor because of the fact that it's open and it makes a very distinct noise in the game. It's the only noise you could ever hear. So. Hide. Oh shit. He might be chasing someone. I am confused how I saw him there. Before I post this, I'm gonna look up the video and see how he went. So yeah, first time you get hooked, you just lay there. You can try to struggle, but if you fail, your bar depletes. Second time, you automatically go to struggle, where you gotta spam the shit out of that spacebar. Make sure you have good computers, because you do not want to destroy your spacebar. When you're hooked, you can see other survivors. There's a perk, which lets other survivors see each other if that person's hooked. So right now, the killer might be camping a little bit. Now, technically, you're not supposed to do this, but oh, sweet. Okay, generator and where's it? Oh, great, they're both over there. That's gonna make it hard to open, hopefully. How many times has she been hooked? No. Not worth it, I'm sorry. She tried to struggle and she didn't get out of it, so she depleted a lot faster. So I don't know how she's screaming still, but where'd she go? You get extra points if you go through the hatch as well. Normally if you just escape you get 5,000, but I think you get an additional 3,000. I also forgot to mention that points is how you level up. There's the killer, see? No, I'm gonna just hit him. At least I got a free flashlight. Nah. So yeah, that was a grudgingly finished match. So at least I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, drop a comment if you wanna constructive criticism. Should I talk more? Should I talk less? Should I say more interesting stuff, less interesting stuff? Have a good night.